Well, here we go. Bit more Creator Series drama. Why not? Welcome everybody. There's going to be a few people in today, that's for sure. We're going to get lots of people wanting to see all this stuff analysed and addressed. So welcome in if you're a new viewer. Don't forget to drop a follow or a subscribe if you watch it on YouTube. But without further ado, let's get straight into it, shall we? Me versus Ben in Baku. Now, I'm going to say straight off the bat, I'm not going to try and, justify my actions or dig the boot in Ben or anything like that. I'm not going to try. I'm just going to analyse the incidents. That's all we're going to do. I'm not interested in any more further comments. People like to say stuff in YouTube comments and stuff. We're just going to look at the on-track stuff. You guys make up your mind on the rest, and then we'll move on. All right? That's how we're going to deal with it. Let's do it. So this is, it all starts on lap 2 then between me and Ben. I always like to go from the person behind's point of view. Oh, also, by the way, someone actually pointed out a really good comment in the YouTube comments recently, which was that obviously I try and be as unbiased as I can when I'm involved, but obviously I always unintentionally include my own context or reasoning, because obviously that's very obvious to me. And although there's often the drivers are in chat and I'm obviously reading out their context and their comments and stuff, that obviously always happens. But obviously for me, it's kind of automatic. So I'm going to try not to do that. I'm going to try and just analyze the incidents as they are, rather than adding in, oh, but this is why I did this. This was the context sort of thing, if that makes sense. So that's a new change this week. So thank you to, I think it was YouTube comments that pointed that out before, that there's sort of some almost inbuilt bias there. So I'm going to try and avoid doing that. It's going to be to some extent impossible. But anyway, let's go with this.
So a big fight for me.
So I think Ben there straight away said, Alex, we're going to put up a big fight for me. I think there's definitely a bit of a different mentality in Ben's brain. In fact, at the start of the race, he said something about let's make sure Alex doesn't win sort of thing. So I think there was definitely, I don't know what there was, something coming into this race in Ben's mind. Into here, Ben's all over me.
I've got nothing to lose in the championship, so I'm going to be going for moves.
And again, another comment that kind of highlights I'm not just another rival to Ben. People saying that, I swiped, whatever, came across, double move, whatever people like to say. So obviously, it definitely is a car's width there. On board at the time, I'm kind of giving context, but I'm literally going to look at that. I thought there wasn't a car's width. So I just carried on. And I didn't consider this even remotely dirty, which is why I was surprised afterwards. But actually, I do come across late-ish, but also Ben's not alongside me, judging on the fact that we don't both end up in the wall. He doesn't lift, and it's fine. I mean, it's definitely late. It's definitely on the limit. There's no doubt about that.
So
but to me, this is fine. He's never actually alongside me. I cover the inside. It just is what it is. So in my opinion, that's fine. But you guys will have your own opinion on that. Is the next corner. Okay. We see Ben go sending around the outside. Running super deep. And then some contact there. Bit of a slide.
That's what you
then
get,
he gets on with it.
Could have made it a lot easier, but that's what you get.
And again, that's just a negative comment. That's what you get, being like, why don't you make it through easy, sort of thing. Very strange. So yeah, okay. That's what this, by the way, is why it's stupid to chat hop at any point. I think a lot of people, hopefully, from my community, don't really do it, but just from anyone's community, because you only ever see one POV live, and also, you may be a bit amped up live or whatever. Because obviously, from Ben's POV, this looks more or less fine. He definitely goes in deep there. I mean, that's clear to see. I mean, there's clearly not a car's width there from Ben's point of view. But, it doesn't look that bad from Ben's point of view. We'll see the onboard from me looking back there. I realise Ben's there, and then I come over. But you see, because I'm looking back, it doesn't look like there's a car's width there. That's why I came over. But obviously, it wasn't alongside anyway. So that's fine. He went around the outside, goes super deep. And then just flies into me here. So clearly, from my POV, it looks a lot worse than Ben's POV. This is all completely fine. He's completely entitled to do that. But here, we're wheel to wheel going into this corner. At what point is he allowed just to charge in? I know there'll be some people that say this is completely fine, etc., etc., and I completely get it. But the point I want to make here with battling with Ben is if everybody drove like Ben, the racing would be awful. Can you imagine? There'd no overtake would ever be clean. There'd be lots of crashes. Everyone would be in the wall everywhere. It'd be awful, which is why I call Ben's driving unfair. Because fair would be driving everybody how you expect to get driven on yourself. And if everybody drives the same, everything's legal, equal, and fair. But if you drive in a way that if the other person drove that way, either you'd be annoyed or there would just be a ginormous crash every single time, that's fundamentally not fair. And that's what I always take an issue with Ben's driving. He very much goes, I'm coming through, I don't care. Put it this way, when was the last time you saw Ben go wheel to wheel with somebody for half a lap? When does it happen? It happened to me in this race with GB. But when does that happen with Ben? It doesn't. He just goes, I'm coming through now, sends it, not going to leave you any room, GG, see you later. That's it. And a lot of people jump out the way because they know it's Ben. I really don't like that mentality. It's a very entitled, disrespectful mentality where we're particularly in the race of Creator Series, where we're trying to make content, I'm going to come through or we're going to crash. The Max Verstappen attitude isn't a very content-first attitude, is it? That's what I don't like about, by the way, Ben races. So by comparison, I've put together a side-by-side here with Tom 97. And it's virtually identical. So you can see they're both super close behind. I go defensive in both. Obviously, Ben's a bit closer there, but then Tom has a bigger runner on me. They both send him on the outside. Tom manages to come in much tighter and much more controlled than Ben. Look at that point in the apex there. Ben's so much wider, carrying more speed, just drifting way out wide. Meanwhile, Tom's able to hold it much, much tighter. And at this point here, you've got the same move. The difference is Ben's not far ahead enough for me to go, yeah, I'm just gonna jump out the way for him. Whereas Tom, look at the top section. That's only going to go one way for me. It's never going to work out. So I was always going to go for the switchback here because Tom's so much further ahead and I can clearly see him. I can't even see Ben's car at this point. Now, this line here is actually a very convenient line because it basically tracks the outside line around the corner. Clearly here, I'm always going to go for the switchback. On Ben, you still can't even see him. In fact, that arrow still looks like it's pointing backwards a little bit. So Ben's just launched it on me here. Obviously, my lines now start differing because I'm going for the switchback on Tom, whereas Ben's obviously coming through. And you can see that I've given him a car's width and then just charges in. Look at Tom. Even though I'm no longer alongside him, look at Tom's line. Tom isn't even across that line yet. Look at Ben's line. Ben is about to cross that line already. There you go. Ben crosses the line. I've only just started hitting him, so that's not an excuse that I dragged him out or anything like that. And Tom's nowhere near that. Completely different. Completely different. Tom leaves more room despite being more entitled to the corner than Ben. Think what you want about this. That's my view on it. To me, at this point, Ben, it's not Ben's corner. I don't even know where he is. I can see that I'm about level with him. I can see that Tom's ahead. Why am I just jumping out of his way here at this point? You can go side by side through this corner, as I show later on. I'm sure lots of other people went side by side through here. Yeah, okay, you'd rather not, but what level of entitlement do you have to do to say, no, we can't go side by side through there? Not possible. It's always possible to go side by side. In fact, we've got a clip coming up later showing people going side by side in the castle section. If you can go side by side in the castle section without a crash, you can go side by side in this corner. So the second one we've got with me versus Ben. This is a little bit of handbags a little bit later on. Oh, yeah. So we see Ben put GB in the wall there. I'm then battling GB because of it. I'm now ahead of GB, as you can see in the top left. Not by much, but I'm ahead of him.
Try and block me.
And unfortunately, Ben...
Just sort your life out, bro. What are you doing?
Nice, Ben. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for the wing damage.
GB's completely... I mean, GB's done nothing wrong here, look. He sees Ben coming, he leaves the car's width, plenty of room, and then just gets nudged out into the wall.
Thank you, mate.
Watch Ben's POV. He just runs in a bit deep. It's a simple mistake. It's just, can you call them mistakes when they made this consistently? He then apologises, which he normally does, but this time he actually chooses to let GB through. Says he's going to give the place back, which is nice. It's nice to give the place back. What I don't like is that if you want to let him through, let him through. You don't need to block me dirtily. I would never do this personally. There, because he's slow, I'm obviously going to come around the outside, and then there, he just comes across on me, keeps coming across, and puts me in the wall. I think, like I said, go all the way to the right, and then lift off. Let GB through. Hope that I don't come through because he's sort of in the way. Don't hover in the middle of the track and lift and block. I don't like it. It's just disrespectful. I don't like it at all. It's not what I would have done, personally. I'm obviously not very happy. I wouldn't quite call it a lost head, but I'm being more aggressive than I otherwise would have been if Ben didn't do that. The reason I do this is because I don't like it when people get away with dirty driving or unfair driving. I do it in our racing as well. If someone does go for a stupid dive bomb on me or whatever, I'll leave them a car's whip, but no more. And if they smash into me and take us both out, I'd rather that and them actually be punished for them driving dirty or unfairly. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So yeah, this move into here, this I think it's the move that people got most issue with me. This is definitely over aggressive. There's no doubt about that. We'll watch it through first and we'll talk about it afterwards.
I really hate it, man.
So there we go. Definitely over aggressive to go for this move, but not illegal. Completely legal. I'm alongside. I don't outbrake myself. In fact, Ben outbrakes himself and hits GB. We don't go off track. Up to this point, it's actually completely legal. It's over aggressive and it's not smart, but it's legal. Here, though, I actually get caught off guard. You can see here we're 3 wide. I think the reason I didn't think we were 3 wide is because at this point, There is not room for 2 cars to the left. How are we 3 wide? How are we 3 wide at this point? That is not 2 cars, which is why I didn't think we were 3 wide mainly, because there's not enough room for that. So I was like, okay, we're obviously not 3 wide anymore. So I'm just driving. And then I get obviously that big hit and realize, oh, wait, we were still 3 wide. But regardless of reasoning, I haven't left enough room for 2 cars there. And that's on me. That's on me. This is definitely not fair driving.
I've got nowhere to go. I'm pinballed here.
Ben's right there. He's completely pinballed. Again, how is Karim to the left of this? Ben decides to, I mean, I guess take revenge would be the only way to really call it. So again, for Ben's POV, it doesn't look too bad. And a lot of people have been saying, oh, I actually think it was all right. My issue with it, once again, is that if everybody drove like Ben, we'd have crashes everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Anyway, so coming down the straight,
Nice of it.
I can see him coming there, burn a bit of battery. I go to the middle here just to discourage him, thinking he's not going to go for a send from 2 tenths back. Surely that would be insane. I break at the normal point, and he just sends it. I still leave a car's width, and then there's just no room given on exit whatsoever. It's really similar to the other one, except for this one is a bit more malicious because it's a direct response to what's happened previously. 2 wrongs don't make a right, etc. And yeah, it's the only reason this wasn't horribly dirty is because I jumped out of the way. If I did this normally and then now just carried on and accelerated, we would have crashed. But I know that Ben's Ben. I know he's not going to race fairly, so don't expect him to. Look, this is you don't be on the throttle here, and I'm braking, so it's just bad. It's just bad. Now we've got Ben on Kai. Let's watch my PV because I'm the car behind. Here we go. So this is Ben. I mean, look, it's clearly a mistake.
Yeah.
It's obviously a mistake. We'll watch Ben's POV.
Oh my. Okay. Okay. That's on me.
And Ben admits it straight away. It's clearly a mistake. I think my only issue with this is, at what point do mistakes, when they're happening so often, become no longer mistakes? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, is when he shoves Safs off in Silver Zone, sorry, and then, you know, GB him, sorry. Like, at what point does sorry not become enough? So it's don't get me wrong, it's a mistake. It just adds to the catalogue of Ben Daly.
Oh my. Okay.
And unfortunately, despite me trying my hardest to avoid him, look how hard I turned right there. I actually react quite quickly to what was happening. And somehow I still get minor damage. Unfortunately, I think they cost me about 5 or so seconds in the race. Doesn't really affect Kai too badly. It affects me more than Kai, unfortunately. But yeah, not great. It's clearly a mistake, but it's just bad driving. You expect better than that. Oh, this was Hayden absolutely enraging Karim. I don't think I've seen Karim this annoyed.
Hayden. Hayden, you idiot, bro.
Are you okay? That was a nasty
What are you doing,
Turn the engine
bro?
off and wait for the
What an idiot, chat. An actual idiot, bro. Unbelievable.
I don't think I've ever seen Karim that angry. Oh, here we go. This is the full thing. So he lets me go. He says, where's Ben?
Back of that little train. He's on the back, not the front.
Always hits me. Rejoins sort of side by side with him.
I don't know.
And then
I've got no front wing. This is not a good place for me to be.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah, that was him.
see, genuine act. He didn't mean to do anything to Karim. It was a genuine act. It's just a classic Creator Series moment, to be honest. I honestly don't mind this. I'd obviously be annoyed if it was me as well, but at least it's only quality. It's fine. Oh, this is Mason Waiter's pole lap. And look who's in front. It's my teammate. See, deep there. It's not a perfect lap. I was surprised he's in his pole.
Close. Oh, Ben's been shafted by Hayden, though. What's going on there? Are my teammates here? Hold on. Everything's coming up Gillhouse.
I've said that for a while.
Karim's retired. He's been in the fast section behind.
And there we go. That was the Inter's pole lap by 8 tenths. I didn't feel like the lap was good enough for Inter's pole lap by 8 tenths, but we take it. Here we've got my teammate.
Gillon is kissing you right now.
Gillon is kissing you right now.
He should be. Like, if he doesn't me by the end of the season, I'll be bad, you know?
I mean, I'm not sure how many favours he thinks he's buying by a little bit of slipstream, but clearly a lot. What I will say is, #ad, Razan is using the VSC setup. So was I. We were 1 and 2 on the grid with laps that neither of us felt like were good enough to be at that high. So check out this pole lap. Razan's surprised his pole, and so was I. Well, I was very surprised to be P2 in my lap. It was almost pole.
Oh, safe.
Safe, there you go, see? Wait, Razin agreed to start from the back and then snaked you at the end.
Disqualified.
What? This almost shafts him. Oh, look at that.
Okay.
So nearly goes wrong for him.
Supposed to get disqualified, Tom?
And listen to his reaction to the lap. Pole position.
Oh, that's pole. No, we don't keep that.
You did keep that. Me and Razin were equally surprised to take pole. Both VSC setups. #ad. But yeah, 1 and 2 on the grid. I was especially surprised. I did my lap earlier. So it's my start. So it actually wasn't a too bad a launch because it was on hards. Like not that different. I actually think my pace at the start here, everyone was desperate to get past me. I don't think I was that slow. I really don't. I think I'd have sat in a DRS train.
Oh my god, totally hit Razin. Get off GB.
That was definitely not a fair comment. I was drifting wide into GB there.
Oh my god, totally hit Razin.
Here though, is fair. He hits me before the apex. So there's my start. Let's look at Jake's start, Meraki's start. Very, very cautious from Meraki. I think he had no confidence. Interesting, Meraki was also running a VSC setup, but he didn't actually love it for some reason. Despite me and Razin showing what it's capable of, Meraki just didn't like it. But he also did 0 practice with it. He literally jumped straight in. So, but very passive from Meraki. Scotty's start. Now, speaking of passiveness, this is very passive. That was all right. Couldn't do much more than that there. But then here, this is now Jake to his right. Just very, very passive. Completely backs out, but also doesn't fully back out. And then look at the amount of cars. He's back to 90. He started 14th, but he ends up 19th. Scotty, bro. In fact, I think you might even lose the position.
Fight this.
I love that noise. I can fight this. It's a bit of a squeeze from Hayden, but I think it's actually all right.
Fight this.
Oh, it's very, very tight. There's technically a cars up there. It's very, very tight. Luckily, he doesn't get any severe damage. He might have got small wing damage. Karim, all right. Well, we know Karim's biggest fan is Karim. So Karim's biggest fan has suggested this clip. In fact, yeah, this is interesting because I actually was better to include something like this because it shows how slow you got to be in the pack at the back here at Baku. Everyone's actually been more aggressive than I expected in general at Baku. That was nicely done, but still in P17. Made that P16. Bit deep. That's all right. Again, look how passive Meraki was being. See, completely backs out of that. Adam, not so much. Krim goes on his outside, gets the exit. That's the GG's. Does he hit someone in front though? It's easy to do here. No, he doesn't. Nice. Both left room. Beautiful. You can't go side by side there. Turns out. Krim's biggest fan again. Although, I'm still seeing some racing line, Karim. I'm still seeing some racing line. What is that? Get out of here. Okay, here's Lolly and Scott in the castle section. Now, this is what I said earlier, where I said, if you can either go side by side in the castle section, you can go side by side anywhere. This is insane. Look at this. I assume that means side by side in the castle. There was a bit of contact there, but they actually... Look at that PV. I thought, oh, Scott must have gone on the wall. He doesn't.
Strategy option for you in the MFD.
And then a bit of contact there, but they both get through. Neither of them go in the wall. It's incredible. Really good. Really good. Now, this is Kai. So this is actually, again, sort of similar to 4. This, interestingly, this is actually what caused me to go so aggressive defending from Ben.
Easy for you, buddy. Okay, let's get settled in now. Probably should let GB go a bit easier than that, honestly.
And here, look, I'm defending. Look, look at the wall there. There's not really a cars up there. And at this point, if you look, my white proximity area is here, but it's sort of concealed a little bit. I genuinely didn't know he was going to go for the inside here. Not with that line. There's not on lap 1. No, there's no way. He won't go up the inside there. I genuinely... You could barely see the white. I didn't know he was going for this. And there he goes for it. And then you see I react like, whoa, I turned right a bit. I didn't see it coming at all. Super aggressive by Kai.
Jesus, Kai.
But look, you can get through there side by side. It was aggressive, but it's completely fine. Completely fine. And Kai is why I defended so hard from Ben, because I learned that people are going to be that aggressive in this race. So you have to fully cover the inside, not just mostly. Because that was really caught me by surprise. Who did Ricky get bonked by again? Oh, yeah, Ricky gets bonked by Tom. Mine is their business. Half a second to the cars behind. Still gets hit.
What the f***? What the f***?
And gets damage. He gets really unlucky here because he gets hit from behind, but it just so happens to pitch him into the wall. That gives him... So, I mean, you can barely see it, but very minor front wing damage. And this did surprise me. It was Tom. Tom's got aggressive. And then boom.
Oh, bit of a duchy. Oh my goodness, a bit of a duchy.
Bit of a duchy. Tom is a duchy, isn't he?
I hope Ricky didn't get damage from that one.
He did.
I really hope he did not get damage.
And this is Nagera just going straight, just completely going straight on. Far from the first person we saw doing it. Just breaks too late. You break in qualifying, you could maybe just about get that stopped, but no way to start 100% distance. And he actually judges the rejoin quite nicely there, finds a little gap for him to slot into. Nicely done. Then we've got Nick's DNF.
To Daisy.
Easy to do. Sometimes these walls are brutal with the shape they are. Little touch with it, boom, off goes his wheel. I actually think though, this sort of thing is caused by his wheel. You run a Logitech wheel, they're not bad, but you do lose a bit of accuracy. I think if he had a direct drive wheel, Fanatec or a Mojo or something, I don't think this would have happened. But yeah, he's not very happy. Now this is Kai having a whoopsie on the safety car restart. I can't remember what happens here. Oh yeah, I can now. Clean ass drift, check that out. Beautiful car control. Obviously not great car control to slide in the first place, but after that, beautiful car control. Look at that. I don't think there's any contact at all with Karim. Beautiful. Mwah. Chef's kiss for you, Kai. Love it. Apart from the lock-up in the first place. But other than that, chef's kiss. Right, 3 wide and Hayden spins. Oh yeah, should we have a look at this? This is, let's look at Adam's POV first.
No! Oh, this is going to be bad, guys. No, this is...
But in classic Adam fashion, get ready for it.
Gonna be bad. I'm not ducking out.
I'm not backing out. I'm not backing out. Which, to be fair, he's level, but classic Adam.
Not ducking out,
bro. All yours.
Oh my God, Hayden.
Again, kind of clean. I actually have got no idea, though, by the way. Absolutely no idea how Adam doesn't hit Hayden here. As far as I'm aware, there is no contact whatsoever.
Oh, what a great slide. What a perfect slide. Hello, Scotty. I told you I'd crumble under the pressure.
You can stay away. You can stay away.
It does seem like netcode, but it's not. He just locks the rears. But I don't know how there's no contact there. That's ridiculous. Hayden calls it. Hold on. I think this might be more. Let's have a look.
All I'm saying, Tom, is if you put me under pressure in the castle section, I will crumble and I will cause a pile-up.
That did exactly what happened last season as well. Love that. Oh no, this was actually clean as hell. From Kai's point of view, look how aggressive he is, but it was perfect. This is actually really nice. Perfect. Mwah, another chef's kiss there for Kai. This time from some good driving, not from a mistake. What I love about this move is this judgment right here. How he judges this gap, I have got no idea, but it's perfect. Look at this. Still red, still red, still red. Coming across. It's now white, and I've come across. Perfect. Inch perfect. So good. Fair play, Kai. Doesn't even hit Fabio. Outbreaks everybody, gets it stopped.
I was trying to back out of that. I didn't want to be in the middle there.
GG's, Kai. Absolutely awesome racing, mate. Love it. Beautiful and perfect. Lolly rejoin. Now, interestingly, this... Okay. I'm not... let's just watch it. Let's just watch it. You're going to go through the same emotional roller coaster that I did. You ready?
Crash, 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 crash. That's a terrible rejoin from my teammate.
Looks horrible, right? Looks absolutely horrendous. Looks absolutely horrendous.
Crash, 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 crash.
So slow, 90 degrees across the racing line. Horrific rejoin. Until you see this. Did nothing wrong at all. It's a bit of a skill issue to spin, sure, but he's trying to avoid hitting Ricky. Spins, just ends up 90 degrees. What's he to do here? He's in the way. You could say maybe... From here, he could reverse, and maybe that'd be better. But honestly, when you spun, you haven't really got to measure where you are. I feel like he's right across the racing line here. So he maybe should have shifted down to first to get moving a bit quicker. But other than that, stay still. Yeah, maybe. But they don't know. Hayden does say crash, 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 because he sees the yellow. But you don't know. It's too hidden by the wall. And yeah, okay. Seeing it from an external point of view, he should have either stayed there or reversed a little bit, not driven across the racing line. I get it, but when you're sideways like that, you can't judge that. It's impossible to judge. You've just spun. I don't think you did anything wrong here. It's not ideal, don't get me wrong, and you can analyze it with other angles and with replay cam and in slow mo and say yes, this is what you should have done. But in the moment, I don't think you did anything wrong. I would feel like there I'm across the racing line and people have got unlucky to avoid me. I would have done exactly what Lolly did. Rightly or wrongly, I would have done exactly what Lolly did. And actually, a lot of time in those situations, it's better to get going. Get out of the way. Don't just sit there. If he was 90 degrees across the racing line, stopped, you would not be saying, stay still, bro. If he's blocking the track 90 degrees like that, you'd be saying, get out of the way. What are you doing? Move. You see what I mean? It's so hard to judge. I don't hold anything against him. Kai has a whoopsie now, so Kai out of the vent for one. First off, we had the mistake that was a beautiful recovery. Then we had the beautiful lane change maneuver on the straight. And then you have this. Lucky to not be a DNF, honestly. Goes to a set trap, but doesn't. Gets going. I come through, causes a safety car.
Oh my god, man.
We actually get something of a reaction from Kai. This is me getting stuck in the pits. This was quite a weird one, actually. So Adam's only just now leaving the pit lane. His pit box, sorry. And then that's it. I think I have seen this once or twice before, but it's very rare.
Like to serve a pit stop, please.
And he literally has to quit the game to make them carry on. So, pit crew paid by Alex Gillon. Yeah, you know it. Hayden overshoots Castle. Here we go. Oh, yeah, this is easy mistake to make. What are you doing here, Hayden? It's the middle of the race, bro. What are you doing?
Let's just double check where we are on track. Oh.
Also, massive skill issue on the rejoin. Have you got a driver license, Hayden? Because if you have, I think you might need to tell the government about your poor driving skills. I don't think you'll have it too much longer. What is this? Just reverse a little bit more. What are you doing? You just jump into the wall.
That was a bad mistake.
Well, YouTube chat died. I had to get it back. All right. But yeah, don't pause entering the castle section. There's a lesson, but easy to do. Okay, Tom versus Vince. I can't remember what happens here. What happens here? Oh, it's the Ben Daly experience, isn't it?
I can't move.
Yeah, just bad driving, isn't it? Let's have a look at his inputs. So he's braking. He's just not braking enough. I think a lot of people do this. When you're going in deep, it's not over. You've not put each other in the wall yet. Brake more. Let's watch Tom's PV though. He's obviously not very happy.
Cheers, mate. Absolutely awesome.
Classic Tom, take it in a very positive way. But look at Tom's inputs. Look at this. Look at the throttle input.
Cheers, mate.
Let's drive. Let's drive. Drive. Tom did make it worse. But I don't know. He's maybe trying to push you out of the way or something. Oh, yeah, this is... I know why we've got this clip. Bro needs 3 to 5 working days to react to stuff, I swear. Look at this. Hello? Clearly a crash happening in front of you. Accelerates. Still accelerating. Still accelerating. Now stops accelerating. Lolly! Bro! The pedal on the left. That's the one to slow down. You're right. Oh, no, this is a good one. This is me versus GB. This is me and GB's battle. This is beautiful. This is mwah, chef's kiss again. This shows how it can be done if you choose to do so.
Got no grip here. That's how it's done, Ben.
Specifically calling out Ben. I actually would have got him if I used more battery, but I was thinking I need to save some battery. I know I've got more grip in the middle sector, so I need to save some battery.
Oh, this is insane.
And I definitely could have got me out. I was ahead. I just chose not to use the battery as much. And I let him go here, thinking we've been able to recharge while he's been burning to get me. Hopefully now I can easily get him in DRS. That was the plan. And obviously you don't want to be side by side through Castle, but he was so quick in a straight, it took me a few more laps.
Alex.
It was beautiful. Really nice. You see here, look, I'm not burning battery here. I'm going down to none. We've been given no contact at all so far. Just medium here, look. I'm just using a little bit. Back down to none. I think there's a little bit of contact this apex. Yeah, a bit of contact there, but that's completely fine.
Oh my god, we got so much time. This is such a good battle.
Do use a bit of overtake there, then go down to none quite early. And here now I'm trying to back out. I don't want to lose positions to put the cars behind.
Go now.
There you go. So that was a nice battle between me and GB. Lolly has a whoopsie. Now. I've got something to say about this. We're about to see multiple clips in a row of people accidentally going deep in this braking zone. We're past the point where you're legally allowed to cause a purposeful safety car. It's not allowed. And if you do that, you have to DNF anyway. You have to put yourself in the wall. He's 15 seconds back from P17. And look, oh, whoops, oh, no, oh, whoops, oh, no, I've accidentally gone deep. Oh, that's, whoopsie. I see right through it, Lolly. You can't get nothing past me, mate. And then what's this? Mr. Act at the finish line himself. Whoops, oh, I didn't have control of the car. Whoops, oh, no, oh, guys, oh, whoops.
No!
Oh, no, oh, look what I've done. Imagine that's a safety car. That would have been so bad for me since I'm P17. Lolly again, from last place, P17. Oh, look, there's a yellow flag. If two cars have a yellow flag, normally there's a safety car. Whoops, oh, no, oh, guys, look what I've done. I've done it again. Oh, no. Oh, I've done it again. I'll be so annoyed if there's a safety car now, guys, from when I'm 17th on the grid. I see right through it, guys. I see right through it. Don't at me. This is me trying to get GB. This is when I do actually get him, but look how close I am here to not give him enough room. This is very tight.
Just left him enough room there. That was tight.
I even said live. I didn't realize I did that till I watched afterwards. But look at my inputs. Look, I do correct. Look at my steering on the bottom left. I do correct. And look at GB's POV. If I don't correct for that, that little tiny correction I made was just enough to just barely give him enough room. Just barely. Oh my God, this was tight. It was in the end well judged.
Fair play. Good move, Alex.
To be completely honest, looking back at this with hindsight, I was so happy that A, I had judged it right, but not just that, that B, my commentary live went, ooh, that was tight. So clearly, I know the width of an F1 car in the F1 game to a millimetre, because I went, what? Not only did I adjust, but also went, ooh, that was tight. And I was right. I absolutely called it perfectly. So that's the car's width, Ben, if you're watching. Anyway, this is Ben's DNF. So they just had a surprisingly clean battle with Tom and just drives into the wall.
Wow, that was a heck of an impact.
Yeah, GG, he's just driving to the wall. Not really paying attention. He's too far back. Hayden gets a drive through. Now, this is a bit unfortunate. I actually think the F1 game could do with tweaking this.
I think that was behind, chat. Was that my teammate?
Okay, slow down, slow down.
Who DNF? Who DNF, chat?
Which means you're going too far.
VSC, but like I say, I think...
Okay, VSC ending.
You may have missed it when you watched it through then, but with hindsight, it's very obvious. He was way under the delta. He acts surprised. But the reason he acts surprised... Watch this now like a hawk, which you wouldn't necessarily do when you're driving a car and playing the settings, whatever else you're doing. Watch this like a hawk.
I think that was behind, chat. Was that my
ending, disappears. You get about half a second there where it tells you it's ending. And now because it's disappeared, because he's under the delta, he's got no indication whatsoever anywhere that it's ending. Yeah, okay, you could say, well, you shouldn't be under the delta, you should be slowing down on that, fine. But we know the delta is very inconsistent at times, very slow through certain corners. He's not exactly pushing here. He is slowing down, look. He's not full throttle, he's half throttle. He's trying to get the delta corrected. He doesn't realise it's an emergency because he doesn't know the VSC is about to end. This also was a very short VSC as well. I think the safety car message itself needs to be separate. So it doesn't say it here. Oh, wait, this doesn't say ending, does it? No, it doesn't. If it was here permanently, VSC and then VSC ending like it does in real life, that would be so much better because it can't be overridden by anything else at the top. That would make so much more sense. Here's Scott's DNF. This is not paying attention, really. Scott's just chillaxing P14. Boom, he's in the points.
What just happened? What just...
Obviously, it's a clear Scott issue. It is a bit unlucky because this wall, it juts out, look. Obviously here he's fine, but then this wall just juts out a bit. Which surely doesn't exist in real life, does it? Maybe it does. That doesn't seem very safe, though, to me. Because this happens. And he was really surprised by it. Just wasn't paying attention, though. Now, this is a bit controversial. What do you guys think of this? I don't love it. I don't love it.
Tom, keep going. Go, 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 go.
Last lap. Surely Krim's going to get in with DRS. And Tom, a lap down, gives him DRS.
Oh my God. Oh
and
my God.
Basically guarantees him the win.
Teammates! He's made up for it.
I'm not against team games a little bit in Creator Series. On the last lap, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think a lapped car should ever decide the race winner. Whether they're taking someone out or whether they're helping them, whether they're teammates or not. You got a point for just both help. Yeah, that's something I'm not fundamentally against, although I also wouldn't be against them saying no teamwork allowed at all. I'm not even against that, but I don't think that's necessary because in general, I don't think teamwork is a bad thing. I just think when you're deciding the winner this clearly, I don't love it. If people can plan that and execute it so perfectly, more power to them. At what point, though, does this become bad? At what point do we go, this has now happened for 5 races in a row, this is rubbish? That's why the grid just get good simples. Well, I mean... Speaking of which, Razin, you didn't outsmart me because almost the same thing happened in Canada and I wasn't having it. I pushed really hard to make sure I overtake Tom before he caught you because I knew there might be some team games and I didn't want to make that possibility. And I think in the end, I think you actually cost Tom DRS on me. Next time DNF on a straight cause a yellow, Krim can't overtake. Do you know what? I actually think that's bigger brain. I actually think that's bigger brain. Cause a yellow flag right in the DRS zone. I would have preferred that, weirdly, even though it's similar. Anyway, right, we've got one more clip to watch. Hayden versus Scotty. Now, this is technically not allowed. This one is more illegal, but it's also fine because it didn't negatively affect anybody. But this is Hayden and Scotty on the last lap. For P12.
Oh!
Just a slip misjudgment there. It's not a biggie.
Red indicator from you. On you go.
No, on you go.
DRS games. They're technically outlawed now.
On you go.
All yours.
They might only be outlawed, though, if someone behind you gets shafted, and no one got shafted here. I'm not 100% on the exact wording of the rule, but
No, on you go.
technically there is rules against DRS games now, but also no one got shafted, so it's completely fine.
I don't know if I'm going to have enough. Come
No,
on!
you're not, bro.
Come on! Yes! I got it!
Hayden gets P12 because of it.
Yes!
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Even if it is technically against the rules, I think that's all right. They're on their own. They're doing it for P12. They're having some fun. Why not? Anyway, enjoy Fabio, guys. Do what you want, and I will catch you tomorrow. VSC Racing League, 6 p.m. UK, 7 p.m. UK time. Catch you then. Looking forward to it. Somehow winning the championship there. Don't know how. There's a lot of sweats there. It won't continue. Catch you there, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.